The image on the video is from Quintendo64, who he's on Twitter, he has a YouTube channel, go check him out. But this image is from him from his local comic book store. And it is showing, it depicts that his store ordered 10 issues of Iceman #1, which is an absurd amount to begin with. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. But they were overshipped 10 extra issues to bring them to 20 issues. So now his local comic book store has 20 issues of Iceman #1 on the shelf. What does this mean? Well, we know that Marvel has a tendency to overship drastically. What overshipping is, for those of you who don't know, is that if you order 10 issues, they will double ship and send you free issues. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, but that's free product. That's good. No. Local comic book stores already have a very, very, very thin margins. Now, when they make these orders, shipping is not flat for these distribution deals. It's not. They pay by weight. So when Marvel overships, first of all, they're not just overshipping one book, they're overshipping multiple books. The vast majority of these SJW books that do not sell, like Miss Marvel, Marvel Uprising, they are all being overshipped. They're all being double shipped at least. So the first thing is that the local comic stores have to foot the bill for the extra shipping, which is absurd. These stores already have to factor in shipping into their orders, and now they have to pay extra without them realizing until the very end that, oh my god, now I have to pay this extra shipping on these overships. The second thing, which I think is more insidious, is that I forgot the website, but the numbers, the Comichron numbers that show the units shipped. Remember, it's not units bought, it's not units ordered, it's units shipped. The Comichron numbers every month that show units shipped show the shipping numbers with the extra orders, with the extra overstocks. Now, what that means is that all Marvel numbers are artificially inflated. So if people generally ordered 15,000 copies of Iceman, which is what I think that the Iceman numbers are actually, and we know that only 50 to 70% of most orders actually sell. So that means only 8,000 people are buying it. But if we predict that's 15,000, that means that the numbers on Comichron are going to show 30,000 units shipped, which is going to be a success for Marvel in this day and age, which is absolutely absurd. But it's going to end up being a success for Marvel. However, those numbers are fake. There are no people buying this book. Zach brought up the idea of net zero sales, which I firmly believe. I firmly believe that nobody bought America Chavez #8. Nobody bought that comic book. And the same way, I think that the only people buying Iceman are the people who are going to post about it on Twitter, which is a very low market, and kind of X-Men completionists are going to buy it, absolutely, because it's an X-Men #1. But this just shows that Marvel is being so disingenuous with everything. And I do think that Marvel, like Magic the Gathering, are trying to eliminate the local comic book store, which I think is the most absurd thing possible. You're basically getting rid of the nerd clubhouse, so to speak, where people actually feel happy to go to and spend their money because they want to do direct sales, because direct sales make them more money. They can control the narrative more. They can control the sales more. The reason we have these Comichron sales is because we get them from distributor invoices. Comichron gets the numbers from invoices of the distributor. That's why we don't have digital sale numbers, because there are no invoices, because the sales go directly to Marvel. Marvel controls the narrative when it comes to digital sales. Of course they're not going to release their digital sales number because they're using those as the crutch. They're saying, oh, these comics all do great on digital sales, and they don't have to show anything to prove it. This is the most insidious thing. And I want you all to remember that when these Comichron numbers come out, the Iceman numbers are doubled. Marvel Uprising are probably doubled. Squirrel Girl is absolutely doubled. There's no way that you go to your local comic book store and look at what's still on the shelf. BT Dubs on one of my comic book stores, I still see Marvel Legacy #1, stacks of it out there. I still see Spider-Man #800, stacks of it out there. These were all overshipped. They all inflated the numbers, and Marvel pointed to all of them and said, look how great we're doing. Absurd. This is completely absurd. I can't believe that they're doing this. This is just lying. This is lying at its finest. It's ridiculous. And then they want to turn around and say that we're the bad guys. We're the bad guys for pointing out that their books suck. Come on. Let me know what you guys think. Like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me at Trajan Channel. Let me know what you think should be done about this, other than not buying Marvel. I have no idea. At this point, I'm calling my list drastically. I'm buying basically one-shots and Venom. That's really it. Miniseries and Venom. That's about it. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. I will catch you guys later.